This video starts with a problem. How do you promote an obscure artistic website online without flattening it into trend chasing, generic SEO, or interchangeable AI content? AI-generated search systems change the value of content because they increasingly penalise non-original content. This means repeated information loses value, interchangeable content loses value, and Me Too SEO loses value. The more common and saturated a topic becomes, the easier it is for AI systems to summarise without needing any particular source, and at the top of that list is AI-generated content itself. So the strategic advantage shifts away from producing more content about existing popular topics and towards identifying important missing topics, relationships, explanations, or frameworks that nobody has properly connected yet. That is what suppressed and emerging nodes are. Old SEO strategy attempted to find existing demand, produce content around it, compete for rankings, and capture clicks. New retrieval-oriented strategy seeks to identify missing but important structures, explain relationships others are not connecting, build coherent topic ecosystems over time, and become structurally necessary to understanding the topic. This changes content strategy fundamentally. The highest value content increasingly becomes synthesis, frameworks, connective explanations, original interpretations, cross-domain relationships, unresolved tensions, emerging conceptual structures, not generic explanations. In practical terms, this means long-term SEO increasingly resembles building a research archive, building a knowledge system, or building an interconnected semantic map, rather than publishing isolated articles for keywords. The pipeline can be broken down into a number of core stages. Identify a keyword list of up to typically 20 keywords. Extract Google search results for typically up to 1,000 pages of top search results for the keyword list. Page level SEO extraction, including title, metadata, heading tags, first body paragraphs, image alt text. Convert page data to tokenized lists using GPT-4o. Co-occurrence network construction of tokenized data using NetworkX. GPT-based semantic cluster interrogation of all clusters to identify structural mapping, suppression and failure dynamics, generative and adaptive behavior, and strategic deployment. The important signal is not just what appears in the data, but where the data is fractured. Places where related clusters exist near each other, but no stable bridge is formed between them. Those fractures suggest that Google's current search results may be serving adjacent topics separately, rather than resolving them into a coherent content structure. This creates an opportunity. If a piece of content can connect two related but weakly integrated areas, it may act as connective tissue, filling an unmet interpretive gap, increasing originality, and positioning the website around a structure that is beginning to emerge but is not yet saturated. In this case, the strongest opportunities are 1. Algorithmic occultism, a bridge between ritual, folklore, AI, glitch art, and digital systems. 2. Feminist cosmic horror, a bridge between legacy Lovecraftian horror and suppressed contemporary questions around gender, race, embodiment, and identity. 3. Psychogeography of the occult, a bridge between historical occult revivals, gothic spaces, counterculture history, and contemporary dark aesthetics. These are not guaranteed future trends, but they are structurally plausible content opportunities. The advantage comes from identifying them while they are still adjacent, suppressed, or fragmented, rather than waiting until they become obvious, high-competition keywords. Together, these 5 clusters define the strongest unresolved content space in the network. They connect the past, 1970s counterculture, occult revival, folklore, historical depth, the mythos, cosmic horror, dread, madness, canonical horror systems, the experience, games, rituals, immersive media, digital participation, the social edge, sacrilege, identity politics, religious critique, the machine, glitch, generative art, technosis, algorithmic occultism. The resulting strategy is not to create separate content for each cluster, but to use them as a connected structure. The dominant content direction becomes the algorithmic occult. This is where ancient ritual, cosmic horror, interactive media, religious subversion, and digital aesthetics converge into a single high-authority content architecture. What matters here is not that the process produced a set of keywords, it produced a structural direction. This did not start as trend chasing. It started with the problem of how to promote an existing artistic direction without flattening it into whatever happens to be popular right now. The original seed terms defined the search territory. The pipeline turned that territory into a network. The network exposed overlapping clusters, suppressed signals, unresolved bridges, and emerging structures. Those structures kept pointing back to the same center, algorithmic hauntology, or the haunted machine. The process did not seek to identify a popular trend. It identified under-resolved relationships between existing areas of Google's results page, then turned those relationships into a coherent creative system that stayed true to its original intention. That is where the originality comes from. The individual ingredients are not all new. Occult horror, glitch aesthetics, religious subversion, folk horror, surrealism, and AI-generated imagery already exist. What is original is a structure that connects them. The algorithm becomes ritual. The glitch becomes ghost. The artwork becomes a forensic record of a haunted machine. That matters in a search environment shaped by generative AI because generic content is increasingly easy to summarize, replace, and compress. A coherent creative archive built around an original structure is harder to flatten because it does more than just repeat information. It organizes a topic space. So the output of this process is not just an SEO strategy, it is the first draft of this site's creative operating system.